BCTV and WB&H thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business, with branches in Bedford, Manchester, Nashua, and Derry. PrimaryBankNH.com. Delta Dental, providing easy access to quality dental coverage for every smile, from your younger years to your golden years, with the nation's largest provider network. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing healthcare to meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center, where meals turn into moments and conversations last a little longer. Murphy'sTaproom.com.
He can run things at the left side. Now Helton stings the top corner. Hodgson Rogers, she gets the edge, tries to split the defenders, does. Bounce shot is good.
Back kicks, deals, fastball swung on and missed.
Oh, big hit there from Page, and that's going to go over the wall.
Now Muir looks in the middle, finds Matagano, and she buries Spotty's up top as Green runs through all of them. Beautiful pass backside, and Kahn with another save. Welcome to Nashua, New Hampshire at Stello Stadium and Mata Field for BCTV's coverage of the state championship. Division I Lacrosse Boys Championship today, Saturday, June 13th. My name's Corey Munster-Tiger, joined in the booth today as usual by Jay Abendroth. Jay, two powerhouses meeting in the finals. This is the first time since 2004 that Bishop Girton has not been here. What a day, what a possibility for the Bedford Bulldogs.
Yeah, championship Saturday. It's exciting for both teams. Both have had hard-fought wins to get here, but that kind of doesn't matter. Looking forward here to a fantastic game. The nerves will be something to overcome here in the beginning because this is the big time.
Certainly nerves are going to be a factor. These two teams had phenomenal regular seasons. Bedford coming in as the number 1 seed. They had a 15-3 regular season. Key wins for them, Exeter 11-8 the first time they played them. They beat this Pinkerton squad 14-11 during the regular season, and then another win over Exeter 16-10. There are 3 losses coming against Hingham, just a 1-goal loss, 10-9. Bishop Girton actually smoked the Bedford Bulldogs 15-2, and then a tough loss to Longmeadow 10-6. On the other side of things, Pinkerton Academy, key wins for them. Longmeadow 8-7, a tough, well-fought battle for them. Hingham, they beat them 8-6. Exeter in the regular season by just a goal, 11-10, as well as BG 9-8. Great regular season for them. There are 3 losses coming to 2 out-of-state teams. Billerica Memorial 10-7. Winchester, a hard-fought 1-goal loss, 14-13. And then a surprise to many that the Bedford Bulldogs beat this Pinkerton Academy Astros team 14-11 in that second-to-last week of the season. Again, number 1, number 2 matchup. Exciting day on hand. Introductions of the players are about to happen. We'll take a quick break and bring you a coach's interview. Coach Gaudreau spoke with Harry Kozlowski. We'll take a break and you can listen in.
We are speaking with Coach Steve Gaudreau of the Bedford boys lacrosse team. They are in the final to take on Pinkerton Academy. Coach, that was a hard-fought 9-8 win against Exeter. It's never easy to beat a team 3 times, but you managed to hang on. Talk about what that game came down to.
I mean, for us, it came down to the things that we've been working on all year, trying to, play solid defense. I thought our defense stepped up tremendously to help us through some tough times. Credit to Exeter. They did some things defensively to really put some pressure on us and change the way that we normally do things. But again, our defense, our goalie, and our face-offs, things that have been there for us all year, we're right there for us. So it definitely helped us through and get us there to the end.
Let's talk about John Parnell. He's been a solid addition to the roster late in the year, and he had a couple goals for you in that semi. Somehow got behind the defense and got in all alone on their goaltender. Talk about his contribution so far.
John was a starter last year. He's one of our, was one of our leading offensive guys coming into this year, and obviously had to sit out with injury for quite a bit of the season. So it took him a couple of games to get back in the swing of things, but certainly yesterday was a good sign, and John stepped up, and that's kind of what we've been able to do all year. As teams make adjustments and pressure certain guys, we have the next guy step up. And I think if you look at yesterday's game, that's the case. And some of those guys that might not be, in all the highlights now are suddenly making plays for us, which is great.
Now, Pinkerton Academy emerges the victor over BG. They won 11-9. BG, despite being a lower seed, this marks the first lacrosse final in 24 years that they haven't been in. So that's pretty amazing record that they just had broken. Did you catch any of that game? And what did Pinkerton do to upset BG?
Pinkerton did what Pinkerton has done to teams all year. I mean, they're a dangerous team. They have great goaltending. Owen Perkins is phenomenal. He's playing at an extremely high level. They face off really well, and they are very difficult to stop in transition. So they get up and down, and they get down the field quick, and a lot of times before you can react, the ball's in the back of the net. So when they do those things well, they're a very dangerous team, a very tough team to stop. So it's something that we saw, when we played them during the regular season.
Well, they did enough to take down BG. I think BG felt like they were going to make that final. So it's now you and Pinkerton Academy, and we wish you the best of luck.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Welcome back. Again, that was Coach Gaudreau speaking to Harry Kozlowski. Ready to go. Officials walking out to the field. The teams will have their traditional handshake before this championship game. Jay, put your coaching hat on. What are you telling these players as they're getting ready for this game? Many of these players seniors, last game that they're going to play at least in their high school careers, some of them going on to the next level. What's Coach Gaudreau saying in that huddle?
Yeah, I think Coach Gaudreau is saying there are certain things, as we heard in his interview, that got us here. Let's not forget those. The other thing is, it's hot out here. Let's not burn all our energy in the first quarter. I think this game is going to, as we saw with Exeter, it's going to be about some mental mistakes that making the difference more than just, exceptional plays. And so I think Coach is trying to say, a little temperance here. Let's let the game come to us. We are talented enough to win this.
Certainly talent level high on both of these squads. Should be a phenomenal game this afternoon. We've talked about it all year. Key plays, 50-50 balls, ground balls, hustle plays make a huge difference. It also all starts at that face-off X. Face-off X has been a shining star for the Bedford Bulldogs this year with Riccio. He is phenomenal out there. Of course, Dylan Riccio, the junior midfielder, 81% on face-offs this year. He took 423 of them, won 344 of them. Just a phenomenal number. We'll see how he does this afternoon. We are just about ready to get started. Players lined up at the face-off X. Dylan Stingle taking the face-off for the Astros. Still scrapping on that far sideline, and Riccio comes away with it.
Yeah, nice play by Riccio. He actually lost that draw. Stingle won it, but stayed with it, was able to battle him for the ground ball. First important possession for Bedford.
Rubin takes it behind, and now Durso, top right of Owen Perkins. Perkins, the junior goaltender, had a phenomenal semifinal game against Bishop Girton. Durso takes him on. Good dodge, re-dodge. Dishes up high. Matthews takes the shot, wide right. Backed up behind. John Purnell keeps possession down to our left-hand side. Purnell will have a go against his defender. That's Sam Leo. Leo does a nice job. He'll get called for a push, though, on the ground ball. Bulldogs will pick it back up. John Purnell takes it to that left wing at goal line extended. Back up top. Driving hard. Here's Becker. Dax Becker, just a freshman, has been a significant contributor this year. 23 goals on the season to go along with 11 assists. Little split dodge to his left from X. gets double teamed. Nice defense and help by Ryan Hughes from the Astros. They get it all the way behind. Helton tries to dunk off the crossbar, and now a save. Phenomenal save by Perkins. It's what these Astros needed here to start the game. His outlet pass goes too high. That's going to trickle out of bounds on the far side. Oh, and a critical mistake there. Durso picked it up before it went out of bounds and then stepped out of bounds. So the Astros will get possession here.
Yeah,
Here's Weaver.
Good first possession by Bedford. Had 2 shots and 2 cracks at it. One off the post, one in close. Good defense by the Astros, but that's we're seeing how Pinkerton is coming out, and they're using their short sticks on Durso and Becker. Those are going to be the matchups that Bedford's going to want to exploit today.
Weaver behind, left-handed. Matching up against Will Frangelo. Takes it high, gets the edge, and scores. Weaver takes it to his strong right hand, rips a shot right past Kahn. Pinkerton up 1-0.
Yeah, it was a good play there. Number 25 driving hard. Weaver to his right. Kind of got Frangelo a little bit of rocker step and kind of stopped, hesitated, and then exploded and turned and shot low angle. Caught Kahn off of his post, got him near side. First blood drawn by the Astros.
Back to the face-off, X. Stengel pulls it back, takes control of the face-off. Riccio chasing from behind. Nice check there, gets it away from him. Santos there for the ground ball. Now he gets absolutely swarmed. It pops out of his stick right into the Pinkerton midfielder, Rice and Michaud's stick. Looking down low, can't capitalize. Smith was down low with the long stick. Glanced off of his stick and out of bounds. Frangelo will clear it out. Durso cuts through the middle. And not much of a ride on that clear for the Bulldogs as Durso trots over midfield. Now he's going to take him on. His shot goes wide and it's backed up very nicely by the Pinkerton defenseman. That's Caleb Hobden.
Yeah, and this is something that we've seen Bedford struggle with throughout the year, not backing up those shots, meaning their players coming down. Clearly, Durso was going to the goal, and no one got back and kind of stole a possession here. If you're the Astros, you get an opportunity to come down with a long pole.
Sam Leo all the way in. Ethan Kahn makes an important stop here early on. As nobody stopped Leo with the pole, Pinkerton actually has 2 long sticks down on the offensive end. Weaver drives, righty shot, misses wide right. Backed up behind by Gormady for the Astros. They'll keep possession here down to our right-hand side. Pinkerton in their red away jerseys. Gormady drives hard, lefty, can't get it on cage. His lefty shot all the way to the far sideline.
Yeah, Gormady, a senior, has been doing that all career, really, being able to get a quick step and come and turn. Drew Clark was able to get his stick there and drop him. That's going to be a big matchup, the senior on the freshman.
Weaver will take it from right side of Kahn. Now they pass it back up top left. Here's Gormady. Now top center. Gormady, lefty rip, misses wide left. Had some time and space, pulled the trigger, couldn't get it on frame. Backed up behind by Weaver. Now near side, Cade Johnston. Goal line extended on the left. The Bulldogs in their zone defense that they've been mixing in the last few games. So 3-3 zone gives them a chance to get out and get it in hands. They've had a couple of problems with it. Every once in a while they'll switch back to a man. Now Gormady finds the sneaker. Nice play there. Cade Johnston coming around from the backside. Gormady fed him. Johnston finished. 2-0 Pinkerton.
Yeah, nice job by Pinkerton. Really just having the patience and out-passing the rotation by Bedford. Kind of a little bit of a commit. Not sure who to take up top. And 2 guys on the ball. Ball moves faster than the feet. Nice bury by Pinkerton. It seems like they're coming out. They look exciting right now on offense. They've definitely got some zip to them. I think Bedford has to it's okay. It's early in this game. They've got to get a really good possession here if they can get the ball.
Stengel, make it, take it. Wins another faceoff. Riccio having trouble here on these faceoffs. Stengel gets it back up top. Tyler Berry. He's top right of Kahn. Harassed by Santos, but keeping nice possession. Jackson Farrell now for the Astros. He'll draw Santos, and the Bulldogs have switched back to a man-to-man defense. Miscommunication up top here as the ball rolls all the way out of bounds. They were trying to give it back up top. Jackson Farrell rolled it across the top line, but his teammate didn't see it, so it rolls out of bounds, and the Bulldogs get a gift there.
Yeah, that is a gift. We've seen Bedford on their back heel a little bit with that face-off X, not able to win, and yeah, just miscommunication on Pinkerton, but Bedford really needs to take advantage of this possession right now.
Matthews up top, top center. He draws Nathan Smith, now draws the double, tries to swim through, gets through with possession. Helton takes a shot, misses high left, and nobody's there for the backup. Owen Perkins rounded his post and earns possession for the Astros.
Yeah, and again, it was a nice move. Bennett Matthews getting into the middle. They've been able to do that a couple times here, both Durso and Matthews, but Brody Helton, quick trigger, no one recognizing it on the back, and another backup by the goalie.
Inside 7 minutes left in this first quarter. The Bulldogs trail the Pinkerton Astros 2-0 in this state championship game. Back up top, Weaver to Farrell. Now Rice and Michaud. He'll take his time. These Astros being very patient on offense, but now they're going to get an over and back as they miss a pass right up top, just outside of the restraining box. Here's Becker. The lefty, looking, trying to feed. Nobody's open, and wisely decides to pull it down. He'll hit Matthews, who's just come in from the substitution area. Bulldogs have had a lot of time of possession on the defensive side. Matthews is going to see what he can do to cut this lead in half. Feeds inside. Little backhand shot here by Becker. The lefty caught it in on the crease, but didn't have the greatest angle, so try the little backhanded scoop shot. He misses wide left.
Yeah, Owen Perkins is unblemished here, but I think Bedford's just missing the goal more than Owens is going off and standing on his head. So look to see Bedford tighten up that shooting and get a few on frame.
Helton up top, drew the short stick for just a fraction of a second, but the Astros switch off nicely. Helton dishes inside, can't make the connection to Becker, and running away with it, Justin Howell, senior midfielder, clearing it out. The clearing pass gets tipped right at midfield. Helton hustling on the ride, but it goes off of his stick, and it'll be Pinkerton ball right at midfield. Another empty possession for these Bulldogs. Weaver directing traffic. He'll step over easily.
Yeah, Bedford just has such strong individual players that sometimes they live and die by that, and we're not seeing those connecting passes as crisp because those players are getting deep into the middle, and then it's a very short kind of handcuff pass. Love to see him kind of widen out a little bit because they have the lanes, but these passes aren't quite connecting yet.
All the way out top left of Ethan Kahn, Tyler Pinardi dishes it off to Rice and Michaud. He'll drive, sweeping right hand, and fires it behind. Weaver looks, dishes middle. He has his man, cutter, scores. Weaver inside, finds Matt Gormady, and it's 3-0 Pinkerton.
Yeah, nice play there. Weaver just hands-free, was able to look. Gormady, as we said, a senior, has been doing this his whole career. We don't broadcast every Pinkerton game, but every time we do, we're saying his name a lot, and we see why. He was just able to move. Drew Clark looking at the ball a little bit too much, got caught unawares, and Gormady catch, absorbed the check, and one-on-one with the goalie.
Stingle wins another face-off for the Astros. Riccio trying to dig at it. Stingle will take the shot, miss wide right. Excuse me, I think Kahn might have had a save there.
Yeah.
The Astros chase it to the near sideline, and we'll keep possession down to our right. Here's Gormady. 4.5 left in this first quarter. The Astros ahead 3-0, and Kahn keeps it that way on a nice save. Gormady, lefty rip right through the middle. Teddy LaPointe will help clear it out for the Bulldogs. He gets double teamed just over midfield and de-wanded. Helton is there, helps with the ground ball, and it will go out off of his stick. Good hustle by the Astros to keep that ball on the turf. And Ryan Hughes will pick it up on the far sideline in the shadows here at Stello Stadium.
Yeah, good ride by Pinkerton. They're definitely bringing the energy, as we talked about. In Bedford, again, a little bit sloppy. We've seen this in the last couple of games, and they definitely have the ability to come back and really settle into games, but they got to get going here.
Shot here misses the cage high and right. Backed up behind Cade Johnston. Johnston will have a go. Brings it high, left side, goal line extended. He'll take it high, decides to pull it down. Nice D there, gets it on the turf, but it bounces right back to the Astros. That was Paul Gaudreau on the one-on-one defense. Jackson Farrell up top, fires it all the way behind. Here's Pinardi. He's at X. He has the short stick defender, LaPointe. Feet up top, time and space, shot score. Tyler Pinardi looking up top, finds Jackson Farrell to the top left of Kahn. He makes it 4-0.
Yeah, and Pinkerton really not doing anything special other than moving the ball and keeping their eyes up. Bedford's doing a bunch of ball watching, and this is what happens is, hands-free, no pressure coming out on the feeder. Really a skip pass over the goal into the middle. Everybody's got to turn around where that shooter has that advantage. That was a pretty easy pass and catch by Pinkerton.
A 4-0 lead causes Coach Gaudreau to take a timeout. You're in that huddle. I like doing this. You're in that huddle. What are you telling these Bulldogs at this point in time? They're trailing 4-0. Had a tough start to the game. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I think you just got to get on the defense here a little bit, but this is an intensity thing. This isn't capability. It's not want. This is intensity. Pinkerton is winning the 50-50 balls. They're getting the face-offs, and they look a lot more composed on offense. I think what you say is, you guys, you seniors, you stare at your seniors. There's 5 of them on this team. Brody, Bennett, 2 seniors on the offensive end. Let's kind of take control of this game a little bit, and let's get us. You guys got us here. You guys have to get us there.
Again, 4 goals for the Pinkerton Astros here in this first quarter. We have 3:25 left in this first stanza. Goals by Cade Johnston, Matt Gormady, Jackson Farrell, Levi Weaver, putting these Astros ahead. Pretty warm day out here on the field. It's been in the high 80s, low 90s all day, although it's much nicer, I have to say, than it was yesterday. Humidity levels have tempered just a bit for today's action. It is quite a bit more tolerable than it was yesterday.
If this is pretty warm, I don't want a vacation where you go. This is hot.
We do have a nice breeze up here coming through the windows in the press box, but I'm sure we're going to need a change of shirt at halftime.
That's right. A little spritzer. Fine mist of some sort.
We're going to go back to the face-off X. Dylan Stingle has been perfect from the X, at least winning. Riccio was able to steal one away despite Stingle winning the draw for the first possession of the game. But Stingle has been lights out so far.
Yeah, and these face-offs are very technical. You see a Dylan Riccio who's won over 81% of his draws this year. And I don't think he's won technically a draw, or I shouldn't say it like that. He hasn't actually won a draw, meaning at the clamp, getting the ball and moving it once. And these are just so much about matchups, how the other person is clamping, where they're going, and then how they're trying to, it's a little bit like hand-to-hand warfare, combat. I think Dylan Riccio has to adapt here and figure out another way.
We're back underway. You can see the Bulldogs shading the defensive end, and Stingle wins another one. Pulls it out near side. Defended by Durso. In and out cut, nicely done, gives himself some room, and he finds Weaver. Weaver on the far side, on the right wing. He'll have a go at Frangelo. Little fake high, he keeps the ball in his stick. He's at goal line extended, and now comes high. Brings it top side. Here's Farrell, most recent goal scorer for Pinkerton. Fires it back to Michaud. He's guarded by Cam Santos. He'll take a run to the right side. Brings it back to Cade Johnston, who will bring it to X behind Kahn. Nice job by Gaudreau to anticipate a roll back by Johnston. Now it's up top. They feed down low. They miss their teammate as Weaver looked like he was going to chase instead of looking for the pass. A missed opportunity there for the Astros, and a lucky play for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 17, Jackson Farrell, kind of passed it to Air. However, he was wide open. We see again that the defense is collapsing down to the goal, leaving those skip passes wide open.
A lot of patient possession time for the Astros. Now Becker will take it to the goal all the way. He clears it out from his own end. Individual effort puts the Bulldogs finally on the board. It's 4-1 with 2:13 left here in the first quarter.
Now, Corey, if you were to ask me what Coach was saying now in a huddle, I would say, Coach would say, see guys, it's easy. Pass, catch, run, shoot, score.
Do what you do well. Nicely done by Dax Becker. Has been a shining star for the Bulldogs this year. Talked about his 23 goals and 11 assists earlier in the broadcast. For the freshman midfielder, huge contribution for just a 9th grader. Riccio pulls it out, had to go, and Stingle will get called for a push from behind. Durso picks it up.
Yeah, I think that was the first time Dylan actually won the clamp and was able to control where that ball was going. So good on him for adapting a little bit, and a little bit of hope here for the Bedford team as they almost throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, tough pass there, an easy one, almost slips by Matthews, but he got enough of that pass to keep it from going out of bounds. He drives one-on-one with Nathan Smith. Draws the double, looks backside, had Ruben just off of his stick. It won't go out of bounds. Ruben picks up the ground ball. He gets mauled from behind and will get called on a push. That was Brendan Carney getting called for that push. Now Durso in the middle, they have odd man. They find it inside Matthews. Cuts the lead, 4-2, Durso to Matthews. And the Bulldogs, a little spark here at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, and what was it from Shawshank? Hope is a good thing, one of the best of things, something like that. I probably butchered it, but you see here now, Bedford, a little bit of juice, a little bit of energy. You see Astros kind of pointing around on defense. You know, you had him, I had him. I think, again, it starts with these games go up and down. This is an important game to these kids. It's an important game in the state here as the championship, but emotion plays such a big role, and I think we see with Dylan Riccio, everybody kind of settling down. Let's see what Bedford can do and if they can keep this going.
Stingle here, won a draw, but Riccio chased it down from behind. Now Santos gets sandwiched in between 3 players. Ball still on the turf. Nicely done by Durso to scoop it up. He has odd man, shoots, big save. Perkins stood tall, came up with it. Now Durso had the ball right on the crease, went behind the back. Not quite sure what happened here. A stick ended up in the crease.
Yeah, I think they're going to call number 13 for, I think it was Sam Leo pushing John Purnell into the crease well before that shot. But Bedford, that was a pretty crazy scrum there. Bedford lucky to have another possession here. This is where that make it, take it comes into effect. They stole one here, I think.
If you're a defender, you take that infraction any day, including Sunday.
That's right.
When it's a scramble in front of your keeper, you settle things down and get back to 6-on-6 defense. Durso tries the swim move, now go back to his right side. Looks and finds an open player who scores. On that far side, Dax Becker brings it to a 4-3 game with just 55 seconds left here in this first quarter.
Yeah, great harbinger for Bedford to see their high-flying offense all year, getting to spread their wings a little bit, have a chance to bake and shake. I've seen Bryce Durso really be an X factor here. His dodging, he's actually able to dodge around. So he'll have a player in front of him. All of a sudden, a few steps, he's got a player behind him, same guy. And so that's really given them the opportunity here to have free sticks and then play those 2-on-1 opportunities.
Becker with 2 goals, now Durso with 2 assists. And now Stingle wins a faceoff, an important one for the Astros. The ball gets checked out of his stick. It'll trickle towards the end line, but not quite out. Picked up behind by Tyler Pinardi. 40 seconds to go in this first quarter. 4-3 Astros. They lead by 1. It's a game of runs. We say it all the time. Back up top. Here's Michaud. Near side, top left of Kahn is Barry. GLE for Farrell will take it all the way behind. Tries to get to the far side, outside of Kahn's cage. Kahn picks it up. Now looks for the break. Teddy LaPointe again through the middle, clearing midfielder. Body check, gets the ball loose, but LaPointe picks it up. LaPointe doing a nice job here, and a flag is down on that far sideline. Not quite sure what that is, perhaps an offside. It will be blown dead as we've met the end of the first quarter. The flag was down, and I believe it was an offside. I'm not quite sure.
I think that's probably what the leading candidate. I didn't see anything untoward on the play, defense playing the offensive player to the point. So I would presume, yeah, maybe a Pinkerton teammate trying to come back and help. And yeah, there it is, as we see a technical offsides, probably just stepped over trying to get to the ball.
30-second technical on the Astros will start the second quarter, but after one, these Astros lead the Bulldogs 4-3. We say it all the time, a game of runs, 4 straight for the Astros. They started out flying, and the Bulldogs scrapped their way back in it. It's a 1-goal game after one.
Yeah, and it's something we probably should have expected, right? Just like the Exeter game, just like with Pinkerton and BG, these games are a game of runs. These are kids that have a ton of capability and competitiveness, but those emotions can boil up a little bit, and it's, you got to get them out, and one's always got a little bit more than the other.
In between periods, we want to make sure we're thanking our underwriters. We at BCTV and WBNH would like to thank them for supporting our live sports coverage. That's Primary Bank, Northeast Delta Dental, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center. Appreciate their support all spring long to bring live sports coverage to our Bedford community and those others that are picking up the feeds, frequently down here in Nashua, frequently out in Exeter. Appreciate bringing these live sports games to everybody interested.
There's got to be something here, Corey. So we're here on the hot side, the sun side of the field, with those those bleachers boiling, and the Astros are over here. And at first, the beginning of the game, I was wondering, where are all the Bedford folks? There they are across the way in the cool shade. So I don't know. I think +1 for the Bedford fans for getting a little bit of that weather advantage. You don't get the cool breeze with those trees in the back, but you don't get the sun.
Yeah. We are in a hot box here at the top of aluminum stands, and we will not talk about sweat levels at this point in time.
That's right. Brought to you by Tin Foil.
So the players break their huddles. They'll trot back out and switch sides. Ethan Kahn and the defense for the Bedford Bulldogs will be down to our left-hand side. Again, wearing their white uniforms, red numbers, black helmets. The Astros will defend down to the right-hand side. Their red uniforms, white numbers and lettering. Coach is excited here. After one, we have 12 minutes back on the board. With the penalty at the end of the first quarter, the Bulldogs will start with possession. So Brody Helton stands at the 45. He's given the ball, and we're back in play. Bulldogs trail one. They have this first extra man opportunity of the game. They spin it around the wheel. Matthews back to right side goal line extended. Purnell gets pressure. Becker finds inside, Helton on the crease. His shot wide and high. He gets buried as he takes the shot. Nice little play to get him time and space, but his shot was wayward.
Yeah, the defender had everything to do with that. That shot on cage was a goal likely.
Matthews tries to feed the cutter. That ball gets batted down. Now Becker picks one up. Nice save, and another save as Purnell had the rebound. He'll chase it to the end line, get pushed from behind and earn the possession, but phenomenal saves there by Perkins on what should have been another goal for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Purnell kind of was so close and had walked up. He didn't really have a way to get his stick out of into a scoring lane. Kind of had to throw it into the goalie there. Lucky for him, he was able to get the backup.
Penalty has expired. We're back to 6-on-6 lacrosse. Dax Becker has a short stick defender behind. That's Zach Kelly. Weaves, finds, looks, Purnell. Little lefty underhand shot and another backup by this Astros defense. Well done by Leo. Sam Leo chased it to the end line and earns the possession for the Astros. You've said it 2 or 3 times already. These attackmen for the Bulldogs need to be much more aware of when these shots are coming.
Yeah, on that one, Dax Becker was back there. He was kind of goal line extended, but kind of watching the play a little bit. Got caught unaware. Would have liked to have his opportunity to get that back up.
All the way through traffic, here's Tyler Pinardi. Up top, time and space. Save Kahn. We had a broken stick at midfield. I believe that'll be a slash on Helton. Broke his stick as the player crossed midfield. as he whacked Pinardi. His stick broke. I believe that will earn him a slash. There it is, a 1-minute penalty. So now the Astros will have their first extra man opportunity of this game.
Talk about indicators. A stick breaking after contact is kind of one that would, suggest maybe a slash.
Yeah, he might have come hard with that one. The Astros working around the perimeter to start and into their set. Get the sneak from low left, back up top, and now at X, near side, shot score. Pinardi cashes in from Johnston and gets it back to a 2-goal lead for the Pinkerton Astros. 10 minutes left here in the first half. The Astros up 5-3.
Yeah, good patience by the Astros. They probably had a couple opportunities there to sneak from behind. Bedford just slow again to rotate, and Frangillo was trying to do both. When you're on the backside, meaning you're on the offside with the ball on the other side of the goal, you have a responsibility not only for the person next to you, but for also the crease as well, so they don't feed it in. So they kind of got Frangillo on a little bit of a string, and he was a little bit late to come over to that backside, and unfortunately, a goal for the Astros.
Good news here, the Bulldogs win the ensuing faceoff. Riccio getting into his groove. And now Durso. He'll draw the double, dish it off to Helton on the far side, top right of Owen Perkins. Here's Matthews, draws the double quickly, fires into the crease. Becker mauled as he catches the ball, does very well to keep possession.
Yeah, that was important by the freshman. I guess at this point you're not really a freshman anymore. But he's still on the stat sheet as graduated, so maybe a sophomore. But the Bedford team is dodging and throwing the ball right in the middle, and there's just so much congestion as we see again. Pinkerton firing out, and it's putting the ball handler when they catch it in just a bad spot.
They're doing a really nice job of sliding early, but also getting their second slide from the backside, and that's causing that commotion, that challenging catch for the open player. They're only open for a fraction of a second. The Bulldogs might need to look on that backside for the slip. Here's Matthews, gets a shot, misses wide right. Nice little slip of a pick. Helton saw him. Little box lacrosse move right there with a quick short pass. Matthews did well to handle.
Yeah, those guys have been playing together for a long time. That was a play that they know very well, how to play that two-man. We see it a lot in basketball as well, just kind of taking what the defense gives you. Again, it's a little bit of a difference of style where Pinkerton is with a goal here. Pinkerton's playing the team game where Bedford's got a ton of individual effort, as we see from Matthews there with the goal.
Bennett Matthews from up top, top center, 15 yards out, low burner. He beats Perkins. Nice look from Dax Becker. Becker was about to be double teamed, kept his head up, found Matthews with time and space, and he cashes.
Yeah, nice play there, and it's good to see Bedford with some time of possession as well. I just cannot continue to overemphasize how hot it is and how much this is draining. And so it takes a lot of energy and effort to play defense, and so Bedford having the ball here for stints is huge and will pay big dividends later in the game.
Now Durso takes it all the way and knots it up. Quickly off the faceoff, just 12 seconds later, Durso right down the middle, no first slide there. Durso evens it at 5.
Yeah, they were, both teams were substituting after that win by Riccio. Durso had a long stick on him. Number 4, Nathan Smith was on him, but it was just a stick. It wasn't a body. It wasn't the greatest position. And Durso saw the angle, saw the space, and just kept going. And no one stopped him, as you said, no slide. Great individual effort by Durso.
Riccio pulls. Although Stingle stays with it. Excuse me, that was not Stingle. That was Tyler Pinardi on the face. Takes a shot, misses wide left, but keeps possession down here as Johnston backs it up behind. 8:12 left in this first half. 5-5 your score in the state championship game from Stellos.
Yeah, and this is an important one for Bedford because they've clawed their way back, and you don't want to give up something as we see the ball down. Gaudreau with nice defense here, but they need to hold strong here. It's an important time frame for this game.
Getting in tight. We're going to get a flag down. Pinardi got the loose ball. Might be a push into the crease. We'll see what the call is. Either way, it pops to Pinardi, who puts it past Ethan Kahn. And we'll see how they sort this out. It looks like the goal will be good. And the Astros will have reestablished their lead.
Yeah, good individual effort by Pinardi. That ball was around. I was talking about, important for Bedford with a couple minutes, 4 minutes left, passed in this second quarter. These are pivotal times, and it looks like they're going to give him they're going to wave off the goal and make it a man down. Oh, goal is good.
Yeah, so it was a push from behind. They wave off the penalty, and it looks like there is going to be a penalty on an illegal body check as well. So the push was waived, but there's an illegal body check, and that will be on Cam Santos, who is kneeling in the box. So the goal counts. Goal counts for Pinardi. And the Astros will have another extra man opportunity here. They lead 6-5, 7:55 to go in the game. We're restarted. An extra man for the Astros, and they look to get back to that 2-goal lead. Near side, Ford. Up top for Farrell. Back to Ford. Top right of Kahn. Gives it back to Farrell. They go to that left-hand side. Gormady and Farrell playing catch up top. Now they get the sneak from behind, nicely defended as the defender came across the crease. Now they dish inside on the crease, good check there, preventing a shot on cage. Levi Weaver getting a little bit of breathing room, but his shot sails high.
Yeah, and Bedford lucky there. He was wide open, so a little bit tighter with his hands to his chest. He wouldn't have got checked or impacted, and that would have been a different outcome.
Trying the sneak there, Johnston. Excuse me, that was Michael Boudros. Boudros tried to come around, lefty. His shot goes high and over the cage, and the Bulldogs are backing it up. So they are down a player. They'll need to clear it from their own end. Here's Trevor Abendroth. Dishes high. Bennett Matthews draws the double swim move through it. The human clear. Bennett Matthews gets it all the way down to Purnell. Purnell will eat a few checks, burn some time. And now, penalty is released. We're back to 6-on-6 lacrosse. Helton will dish to Durso, who comes out and releases the penalty. 6:45 to go in this first half. A 6-5 lead for the Pinkerton Astros. Durso feeds inside. Becker bounce shot score. We're tied again, 6-6. Becker has the hat trick. Durso, 3 assists.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about it. It's not as though those tight end passes into the crease are bad. It's just tightening them up and getting them on hands and on the stick. Becker, fantastic catch. Durso, an even nicer move, and just turn, spin, shoot. And Bedford really very fortunate, and it's good defense that got him out of that goal and a man down. They were able to weather the storm and turn it around here. Huge turning point, I think, for Bedford.
That was a big one. Astros missed the net. Bulldogs back it up behind. Stingle wins the faceoff now. They're in an odd man. Near side, Weaver. Beautiful tic-tac-toe. Weaver finishes it off. The Astros back on top, 7-6.
Yeah, I got to be honest. For Bedford, that can't happen. That was not a break. They had 2 people, albeit behind. They had 2 people on Stengel. He was not shooting, and I think it was an opportunity there for Bedford to continue to go along and move along. Oh, as you see the replay here, but they were just chasing. And unfortunately for Bedford, Astros were able to play tic-tac-toe, as you mentioned.
Gormady with the assist. And now Riccio will win the next faceoff. Seconds ticking down to 6 minutes left here in this first half. The Astros are going to try to shut off Bennett Matthews here near side. He cuts away. His little V-cut gets him the ball. Now Matthews will try to show what he can do. He draws the early double and keeps his head up. He drives hard, falls down, is able to get it to Becker. Becker, low hand shot. He got checked as he shot. It goes way out of bounds, but Ruben is there on the back right of Owen Perkins' cage.
Yeah, and you'll have to excuse a little bit of the laughing here. It wasn't that it was a bad shot or anything, but I could feel from Becker. He wanted that. He wound up, and that was going. Unfortunately, with the shot, sent it back in the woods, but that was going to have some juice on it if he wasn't checked.
We get a timeout here. I believe the Astros took it. before play restarted. 5:52 to go in the first half. It's a 7-6 ball game. The Astros ahead by 1. Back and forth affair. The first quarter was a game of runs, 4 straight for the Astros to start things off. The Bulldogs scrapped their way in 4-3 after 1. And now they've traded goals. They've kind of gone back and forth here in this second quarter. Both teams showing some character throughout this first half. And it's been a fun one to watch.
Absolutely, and just two different ways of attacking the same thing with the Astros. They're getting the ball around and coming from behind and making the Bedford team really kind of look and see and skip passes, etc. Whereas Bedford's really playing two-man games. First guy is beating, make someone miss, and then you got a two-on-one to exploit, but it's coming from the top. So just two different ways to peel the onion, if you will. Pinkerton has got one more at this point, but it has been a very exciting game.
We saw the Bulldogs defense come out in their 3-3 zone. They switched up to man pretty quickly. And I think that was prompted by that 4-goal burst from the Astros to start the game. They've settled down, but still, they have not been able to stop this offensive juggernaut in the Astros.
Yeah, I think, I'm not down there. The coaches have done a great job all year for Bedford, but I would like to see it. There was another game previously, I think it was against Exeter, where this kind of thing was happening and a lot of backdoors, a lot of, Bedford players running around, not quite there. Coach Gaudreau flipped into a zone and really solidified, because what you're doing is you're not just playing a guy, you are playing a space. So you can park someone on that back corner, and that's where the Astros are feasting right now. Again, I think the Bedford team is playing good defense, not great, but flipping up between that zone is going to be a great opportunity for Bedford to throw a little bit of a wrench into the Pinkerton offense.
It's a good change of pace. Speaking of change of pace, Kobe Rubin has a phenomenal change of pace. He starts back right of Owen Perkins. Comes high, gets a shot off, misses the cage wide right, but Helton will back it up near sideline.
Here you go. Here's another one. We've been talking about Kobe Rubin. When he runs, the top part of his body is so still. He's able to throw and turn. It's like a Jerry Rice. They talk about him as a wide receiver. He's so good because his head didn't move. I think Kobe Rubin is fantastic because his body is just not moving. He's able to keep that vision and see who's open or turn the corner.
Helton found Matthews. Matthews rolled away from pressure. His lefty shot saved by Owen Perkins. Stood his ground in the cage. Ground ball back left. That found the stick of Dax Becker. He'll chill for a minute here as we tick to 5 minutes left in the first half. He'll have a go. Comes around to the right side, goal line extended. Now on the right wing, Kobe Rubin. Helton now. Helton will trot behind. No, he won't. He'll be on the left wing here. Now he'll trot behind. Goal line extended, and he's now back left of Perkins. Makes it to X. He's guarded by Carney behind. Tries to get to the goal line extended, draws the double, the ball gets popped out. Matthews, low burner, he scores. We're tied again at 7. Matthews picked up the loose ball as it came out of Helton's stick. His low heater finds the back of the net. We're tied at 7.
Yeah, so it was, I was going to say we hadn't heard a lot from Brody Helton, and he was able to turn the corner. Didn't quite keep the handle, but just kind of flipped it to his buddy Matthews, and Matthews was wide open, time, space, why not? I will also say, Corey, I let one slip by you. I just, I had Kobe Rubin equated to the greatest wide receiver of all time, and not a word, so,
Well, I like your analogy. I'm not sure he's the greatest receiver of all time in Kobe Rubin.
Oh, okay, yes.
I mean, I think we probably have a little bit of bias given our age, but as Riccio wins the ensuing faceoff, 4.5 to go in this first half. Tied at 7, state championship game. Yeah, I'm just too into this game, Jay.
That is true. That is true.
I'm following the action here as Matthews fires again. Kobe Rubin backs it up back right of Perkins. Yeah, it went right over my head. I did hear it. I probably should have said something. I agree.
You're doing the hard job, though, so it's okay. But as we saw it there, it's funny. I want to talk about Bennett Matthews. Oh, wait, Kobe Rubin taking the corner. And Purnell in the crease. But I was going to say that Bennett Matthews on the previous shot kind of ran through the midi and shot. And what happened is the goalie actually was a little bit frozen. And that's what happens when you have a good shooter like Bennett, who's kind of volume shooting. He gets the opportunity to kind of surprise the goalie, and this should bode well for Bennett moving forward in the second half.
We're back to the Astros offensive side for the first time in a while. Good time of possession here in the second quarter for the Bulldogs. on the left wing, they will settle. Here's Gormady. Gets high to his strong left hand, gets the edge, rips too high. Backed up behind, Bryce and Michaud. 3.5 to go in the first half. Tie ball game, 7-7. As always, the game of runs. Little hidden ball trick perhaps over here. No, they'll just drop it and Weaver will pick it up. He's guarded by Will Frangelo. He's at X, directly behind Ethan Kahn. Drives hard right-handed, gets the goal line extended, dishes up top. Pinardi dodges a player and scores. Pinardi from Weaver puts the Astros back up by 1.
Yeah, nice play by Pinardi. Has Noah Lawless right there in position, and a little bit of a fake. Lawless jumped for it. Pinardi was able to dip, come inside, and then have a much more wide open shot. Beat Kahn on the right side. Nice individual effort there by Pinardi.
Pinardi now 2 goals and an assist. Weaver 1 goal and 2 assists. And the Pinkerton Academy Astros back up by 1. 3:19 to go in this first half. We're back to the face-off X. Riccio loses to Stingle. Stingle right down the gut. Nice job by the defense to shut down that odd man. Gormady draws a double and a triple. Durso tries to get it from behind. It finally comes down and we have a flag down. A little too much rough stuff and the Bulldogs will go in the box and feel shame.
Yeah, that was a tough one, I think. I can understand why Cam, as we see his team kind of coming in saying, you know, they like that type of enthusiasm. However, we see Cam, as we see the replay, they had Gormady, and kind of as Cam, you'll see he'll extend his arms up top, and I think that's what the referees called.
I think they called the cross-check there as his hands were just entirely too far apart.
That's right.
Minute penalty for Santos. You like the rough stuff, but when it's too rough and you're in the box, you're putting your team in a tough spot. 3 minutes to go in the first half. The Astros back on the man up.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where here on defense, you're saying, look, he fell on his back. How could I have pushed him any other way than from the chest is legal? But referees thought it was a little bit too rough.
Pinardi behind, now back up top. Here's Farrell. Flip pass, Gormady. Back to Farrell, top left of Kahn. Johnston, they work the wheel. They try the riser and miss the cage. Yeah, Boudros can't get it on frame, but it is backed up behind. Pinardi will chase it back right of Kahn.
Sorry about that. It's just a little bit of the same story with Bedford, just slow on that next rotation, and Pinkerton's able to get those low angle shots, and they're not falling right now, but Pinkerton's doing a really nice job getting those angles.
Gormady tries a no-look pass inside to Weaver, just off the mark. Now Farrell, back to Gormady. Farrell, top left. They find the cutter. Nice check from behind as they put it into Weaver. Boudros behind. Gormady, as we're inside 2 minutes. Pinardi, back to Farrell. Penalty is released. Sneak from behind, huge save, Ethan Kahn. Shot his stick to the sky and was able to stonewall the cutter from X. Huge save for the Bulldogs, keeps it a 1-goal game.
Yeah, big save. He was able to stand there. I can't recall who that was coming from X, but didn't take one extra step. That would have increased the angle greatly.
Becker here has his shot blocked, but it's chased behind. Kobe Rubin backs it up with 90 seconds to go in the first half. Pinkerton leads 8-7. Bulldogs trying to tie it back up before this halftime. Rubin, a little stutter step. Flag is down. That was a curious one. As I'm confused.
Yeah,
Jay, thoughts on what the flag might be?
It's got to be some type of procedure.
It's a delay here. Helton gets the stick checked out of his hand, and it's a procedure playing without the stick, so the flag will get called. A technical for an interference, maybe? I'm confused by this one. I didn't see anything.
Oh, delay a game, so he must have touched the ball or thrown it away or something.
Or too close to him as he started?
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's too close. He didn't give him the 5 yards. And I believe he's going to get called for that. 30-second technical. kind of a cheapo one, huh?
Yeah, it was. Again, the reason why we're a little bit surprised is because that flag threw when the whistle started the game, so there was actually no action to be to call a flag on. But again, good call by the referees. They saw it, called it, and here we are with Bedford with an opportunity.
Backside, they look for Durso. Can't keep it in his stick, and a wasted opportunity on the man up. Just under a minute to go in the first half. The pass was there, and now Durso makes up for his error, picks off the clearing pass. And they'll have an opportunity to capitalize despite their flaw. Becker, near side. Matthews takes a shot, misses low left. They don't back it up. And 43 seconds to go. They had the opportunity to keep it down here to the right. They missed the cage and don't back it up.
Yeah, just a tough one with 43 seconds. That's this time is precious, and again, I think it's just kind of the back and forth nature. Maybe not a settled situation, but Bedford really just missing that opportunity to get the backup and make it take it.
Bulldogs are offside. There's the flag as Carney cleared it out. Weaver looking to feed from behind. Purnell should just go as he was offside. He doesn't. Now they tell him to go. Weaver tries to go. Topside righty, gets a shot off, misses the cage. That'll kill it with 11 seconds to go. There'll be a 30-second penalty on the Bulldogs for the offside. And we'll see if the Astros choose to eat it so they can just have possession to start the third quarter, and that's exactly what they're going to do. As Rice and Michaud.
Looks like they're going to call a timeout.
Okay, maybe not. Timeout just before we get started here, so the Astros have a 1-goal lead with 11 seconds to go in the first half, but they are going to be a man down.
Yeah.
Your coach Ogier, are you actually playing these 11 seconds, or you eating it because you want possession to start the third?
You know what? I think that given how Stengel is playing at the face-off X, you got to feel pretty good that this is at least more than a 50% chance. Even if you go for it, you're going to get it back. And so I would actually probably try one here, because a 2-goal lead, scoring with 11 seconds left in the half, is a huge momentum change. And again, chances are with Stengel, the way he's playing, he's probably got a 60% chance of getting that ball back, and that's better than a coin flip. I actually may think about it, but it's got to be a really good play.
Okay, so let's carry that out. It has to be a really good play. What do you mean by that? What are you drawing up on that offensive end? Some picks inside, trying to get a cutter off the crease?
Yeah, so you get your Victor Wembanyama there, and you just throw it as high as you can, and he ducks. No, kidding.
That would be a great play if you had a 7'4" guy out on this field.
This is one where you have a shooter on the wing, you have some people crash in, and then the shooter pop out, bringing the defense in and picking them, in essence, and giving a free shot. That's probably the best tried and true way to play against this type of 11-second play, because you can't really get the ball in, and 2 passes is too much.
So on the other side, you're a man down. You're obviously going to be in a zone. What's Coach Gaudreau saying?
Get on hands.
Look, hands, right? Hands. Keep backside, keep your head on the swivel, watch for cutters, watch for picks, talk through it, right? That communication always so important on the defensive end. 11.1 to go in the first half. Again, the Pinkerton Astros up by 1, 8-7. They do have possession as they start this extra man opportunity. We've postulated what they're going to do in these 11 seconds.
We've opined.
Opined. We have hypotheses. They do start it. He takes his jolly old time, and
That's right.
They're going to make liars out of all of us. Maybe they get a weak cut for Weaver in the middle, but that's 2-1, and that'll do it. First half expires. The Pinkerton Academy Astros start out with a 4-goal burst. Bulldogs scrap their way back into it. It's been tied several times, but the Astros will take an 8-7 lead into halftime. We'll take a break here from Stello Stadium and join you after halftime for the second half of this Division I state championship game here in Nashua, New Hampshire.
BCTV and WBNH thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business, with branches in Bedford, Manchester, Nashua, and Derry. PrimaryBankNH.com. Delta Dental, providing easy access to quality dental coverage for every smile, from your younger years to your golden years, with the nation's largest provider network. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing healthcare to meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center, where meals turn into moments and conversations last a little longer. Murphy'sTapRoom.com.
Welcome back to Nashua, New Hampshire. We are broadcasting today's state championship game. Boys lacrosse teams 2026. Halftime score, the Pinkerton Academy Astros ahead 8-7 over the Bedford Bulldogs. My name's Corey Munster-Tiger on the broadcast for BCTV and WBNH, in the booth here with Jay Abendrath. Jay, thoughts from that first half of action?
Yeah, Pinkerton got out to a real fast start, 4-0, and I think we were talking about it over the halftime. It was looking a little bit dire for Bedford, but I'll tell you, Dylan Riccio started to figure out that face-off X, and there's a very high correlation to Bedford clawing their way back in Dylan Riccio's wins. But this is what a championship game should be. If you're a fan, this is fantastic lacrosse. Lot to go, but a very competitive game. Played two different ways, but great first half. Looking forward to the second one.
Talk about those two different ways. What do you mean by that? Two different ways for each of these teams, obviously two teams, two different approaches, two strategies. What are those strategies that you're seeing?
Yeah, so I see the Astros coming from behind and really putting pressure on the entire team defense. They're not trying to win one-on-one. They're winning with their scoring with many passes, and the ball moves faster than feet, whereas Bedford is absolutely content and showing they can win on one-on-one, and then it's a draw and dump and shot. So Astros coming from behind, Bedford coming from up top, but it's really the individualized effort versus the team scheme.
We are thinking we were supposed to be starting here in a couple of minutes. We'll fill a little time. The players and coaches have not come back out from the halftime locker room discussion, so there are 2:42 left on the clock, but we're all right with that. Quick scoring summary for you. The Pinkerton Astros, again, up 8-7 at halftime. Tyler Pinardi leading the way. The sophomore midfielder has 3 goals and an assist. Levi Weaver, 2 goals and 2 assists. Matt Gormady, the senior attacker, a goal and 2 assists. Kate Johnston with 1 and 1. And Jackson Farrell chipping in a goal as well for the Pinkerton Astros. On the other side of things, the Bedford Bulldogs, led by Dax Becker. Yes, I said that. The freshman midfielder, 3 and 1 in that first half. Bennett Matthews also 3 goals in the first half. Bryson Durso with the last goal for the Bulldogs, but he's also dished out 3 assists. Great first half for those 3 players, but not much scoring outside of them.
Yeah, I think Bryson Durso is ready for Dancing with the Stars. Just his ability to get open and get free. He's been the catalyst for Bedford thus far.
We talked about this at halftime as well, you and I. Bryson Durso, a phenomenal football player. He's a running back for the Bulldogs, won a state championship this fall, just a junior, and he's going to have a phenomenal senior season, as I imagine. But he has been a contributor as a few different players here on this lacrosse team won that championship in the fall. They're looking to do a twofer for the season. The road to the finals here. We'll start with the Pinkerton Academy Astros. They had the number 2 seed, as we mentioned, coming in. 15-3 on the regular season. Their road to the finals, they started in the quarterfinals with a matchup against Merrimack, the number 2 seed. They handled Merrimack 17-3 to earn their way into the semifinals. And then we talked about that. They won on Wednesday evening over Bishop Girton. Final score there was 11-9. For the Bedford Bulldogs, their quarterfinal matchup was against Nashua South, the number 9 seed. They won 15-6 and advanced to the semifinals and produced a win on Wednesday evening. 9-8 was the final on Wednesday evening. Kobe Rubin with a critical game-winning goal right off the crease with just about a minute to go to put the Bulldogs into this championship game.
Yeah, and there's a psychological block when it comes to beating a team multiple times in a year. We saw Pinkerton beat BG, kind of the perennial monster in this league, twice. We saw Bedford beat an Exeter team for the 3rd time. And so it's very, very hard, but that's what championship teams are able to do, is overcome that intellectual or emotional roadblock and really just play through. So great opportunity for both teams here to go and actually, take it, win this national championship.
National championship, I love that.
National.
Nice, nice. Unfortunately, I'm not sure New Hampshire lacrosse would stand up to some of these other states of powerhouse lacrosse programs, but I like where you're thinking with that.
Right.
I like where you're thinking.
You can't. You gotta say it. What your mind can conceive, your body can achieve. Here we go. You got to start high, Corey.
Gotcha. So here we are. We have about 4 minutes before we start. They put some time back on. We'll take a quick break before we come back here to second half action here from Mata Field, Stello Stadium, Nashua, New Hampshire. Second half coming right up in this Division I matchup. We'll see you in a few minutes.
To the Bedford High School class of 2026, congratulations. Graduation is a huge accomplishment, and this summer should be one of the best times of your life.
But summer also brings increased risks on the road. The period between Memorial Day and Labor Day is known as the 90 critical days of summer because of the rise in impaired driving, speeding, and preventable crashes.
Make smart choices behind the wheel. Slow down, put the phone away, wear your seatbelt every time, and never get into a car with someone who has been drinking or using drugs.
If you ever feel unsafe, call a parent, friend, or trusted adult. One phone call is far better than tragedy.
Enjoy your summer, look out for one another, and make good decisions that help everyone get home safely.
We are back here in Nashua, New Hampshire. Stello Stadium, Mata Field. Just about ready to start the second half of this Division I boys lacrosse state championship game. The Pinkerton Academy Astros lead 8-7 at halftime. We had an extra 5 to 8 minutes here at halftime. It is a hot afternoon/evening, giving the players a little extra time to recover in between these stanzas. I'm not sure if that was the only delay, but it caught all of us off guard, but here we are, we're back. And these Astros got out to a phenomenal start. 4-goal run to start the game. The Bulldogs scraped their way back in. It was 4-3 after one. A back and forth affair throughout that second quarter led us to 8-7 at halftime. Tyler Pinardi again leading the way, 3 goals and an assist for the Astros. Levi Weaver 2 and 2. Matt Gormady with a goal and an assist. Cade Johnston 1 and 1. Jackson Farrell chipping in a goal as well for the Astros. Bedford High School side, a much easier scoreline. 3 goals and an assist for Dax Becker. Yes, the freshman coming up with 4 points in that first half. 3 goals by Bennett Matthews, a goal and 3 assists for Bryson Durso. That rounds out their scoring and 7 goals. 12 minutes back on the board, we're ready to go. Jay, what are you thinking for the second half? What's going to decide this state championship game?
It's going to be about the individual plays. Right now we see Bedford starting off man down. If we recall, there was a penalty and offsides on Purnell. So I think it's weathering the storm if you're Bedford and getting a good possession up top. If you're Pinkerton, you can't let Bedford continue to one-up you here, climb back in. And I will say that both teams, this is where champions are made. You got to go earn this one. It's a great game thus far, but this is going to be an intense second half.
19 seconds left on the penalty. The Astros will have to go quick. We are underway in the second half. Pinkerton starts it from behind. They get it up top. Here's Farrell. They look for cutters inside. Coming around the sideline, Boudros. Now they get an open shooter on that far side. Pinardi will cash in. 4 goals on the game for Pinardi. I believe it was Gormady assisting from back left. And the Astros capitalize on their man-up opportunity to start the third quarter.
Yeah, and again, we see Gormady coming from the back. This isn't even a skip pass. This is something that is an adjacent, as they call it, right next to him. And Bedford just too slow to rotate. Unfortunately, I think it was Clark on the backside there, not able to turn and get his stick on Pinardi's hands. And big goal by Pinkerton stepping out of this halftime.
And Stingle wins the faceoff. He comes right down the gut, takes a shot. It's off the pipe. Little appearance from Post Malone, and now nobody goes to Stengel. He's going to round it and score. He kept after it, brought it back around, and 2 quick goals put the Astros ahead 10-7.
Yeah, not much to say about it. It's Kahn. So off the face-off, Kahn able to get a lucky Post Malone cameo there, but Stengel back behind had come down, taking the shot, gets the ball from behind. No one picks him up. It's again, they talk about winning the first 2 minutes of a half. Pinkerton is up 2-0 in those first 2 minutes.
Back to the face-off. Riccio and Stengel. Stengel pulls it to himself. Matthews is there, picks up the ground ball, and then gets the ball checked out of his stick. Santos gets the ground ball. Procedure is called on the Astros.
It's like a release, so they have not released it yet. Although I think they should. Bennett Matthews had the ball in his stick.
He sure did. That was an awkward one there. But Matthews gets possession for the Bedford Bulldogs. Becker now brings it in to the restraining box. The Bulldogs with their first possession here of this second half. Feeds inside, Matthews scores. An important answer there for the Bulldogs. Becker from the left wing. Matthews got a little space on the crease. Becker found him. And the Bulldogs back to within 2.
Yeah, absolutely needed there. Great job by Becker, all eyes on him. Matthews was able to find the seam as we see in the replay. Kind of an innocuous play here, not much going on. Matthews just kind of walking, but Becker comes and slide, able to pop out, and no hands on stick. Bennett Matthews was too good to catch the ball there and not miss the goal. That was incredibly important, though, for Bedford. You look up, and it was a 3-goal lead. Here they have another momentum builder with Riccio winning a face-off on an infraction. So let's see what Bedford can do on this second possession of the second half of theirs.
Matthews now with 4 goals. Dax Becker, 3 goals, 2 assists. And the Bulldogs back in the offensive end. They trail by 2 after 2 quick goals by the Astros. Started this third quarter. Kobe Rubin from behind now. Justin Howell on the D. Short stick defender. Rubin, right wing. Back up top, here's Becker. Becker, with his strong left hand. Out on that wing. Back up top for Durso. Durso, spin move inside. Finds Purnell, he keeps it in his stick. Little spin move around and he finishes. Beautiful, calm, patient move by Purnell. He gets into the scorebook and pulls the Bulldogs back to within 1.
Yeah, great hands. I think he was absolutely surprised for a second that he had that ball and was able to get spun around. But as we see the replay, this is again Pinkerton deciding to long pole Durso, but he just spins around. And then John Purnell, strong legs, able to keep it, good command, good control, and dump it in. Again, this is massive for Bedford to kind of keep touch and keep close to this Pinkerton team.
Bernardi takes the face-off against Riccio this time. There'll be a foul on the Astros. An infraction, no flag, but the Bulldogs earned possession.
They had Pinardi had fallen on the ball.
They're going to call a ward there. That's a tough one there. Durso using that offhand, getting the defender out and away. He's okay to do that with his shoulder, but he was pushing off there. They call the ward. The Astros will get possession. Rice and Michaud on the far side. Right wing from Ethan Kahn, all the way behind. Here's Johnston. Gormady out on the left wing. They'll bring it behind. They'll have a go at the freshman Drew Clark. Shot really wide left, but backed up by Weaver. He's back right of Kahn. 9:33 to go in the third quarter. The Astros ahead 10-9. Weaver brings it to X. He'll explore, see what he can do against Frangelo. Good change of direction, draws the double team. Drew Clark helps out his defensive teammate, and they get it back up top. Here's Michaud. Righty sweep, down to the left side wing, goal line extended to Johnston. Gormady has a step, and he scores. Too quick. Gormady with an explosive move. That's his second goal on the day. He's 2-3. And the Pinkerton Astros back up by 2.
Yeah, nice play there by Gormady. He just was not scared to run through the middle of that defense. No one coming with a shoulder was able to turn it as we see the replay. Will Frangelo, good good position, but Gormley just caught him as he was setting down, and no chance. And that's something that I think Bedford has to get control of. They were trying to slide early previously in the play, and I was going to mention that, but they did not there, and Gormley made him pay.
And that's a play that Gormley sets up throughout the early parts of the game. As he receives a ball, is he explosive or is he just chilling? And that time, the explosiveness got him the room he needed. Leo here into the offensive end, does well to get it to his teammate Stingle as they win another faceoff. 11-9 your score, 8:45 to go in the third quarter. Weaver looks to get his hands free. Frangelo all over him, flag is down. Shot misses the cage, but behind, Johnston picks it. Farrell gets it checked out of his stick. It comes top center. Gormley will take a check, and he has a body check. He seems to have gotten the worst of it. No penalty there, as it was a clean body check, but the penalty will be called, I believe, on Frangelo for a hold. 8:28 to go in the third quarter. The Astros ahead by 2, and they'll go on the extra man opportunity.
Yeah, on the penalty there, and as we see, we hope Gormley can get up. See, perhaps just wind knocked out of him. He's up and walking around here, so which is good. But the little bit of a hold there. They had a double, both Frangelo and Cam Santos on the ball. 25, Levi Weaver were able to take a shot one-handed. So tough penalty here for a Bedford team that's really kind of reeling, trying to keep up. And 2-goal lead for Pinkerton. It's important that Bedford really clamps down and gets a good defensive stand and gets the ball into the offensive end.
This Pinkerton Astro team has come out all guns blazing. Good recovery in that halftime discussion, and their energy level is high. They go on the man up here with 8:28 to go. Was it a hold, a 30-second technical, Jay? I'm not sure I saw the call.
I think it was a 30-second technical. It wasn't anything else. I would be surprised if it was anything else.
Well, here we have the Astros with 7 guys on the offensive side. I'm not sure they'll allow that, as it looks like trotting to the sideline is Jack Ford.
What it is Gormley was hurt and had to come out, and so he cannot return for that play. So what they're going to do is they're going to, they've got number 15, Jack Ford is standing next to the box. Gormley will sub on so he doesn't start the play on the field.
Good call there. And yet it will not really burn any time off the clock. Ford's there, he's on. And the coaching staff urging him to stay right next to the substitution area. The ball was awarded. The whistle blows, the substitution is made as the extra man starts around the backside. Illegal procedure on that far side.
Yeah, this is the part of the game where there's something going on down there on the field. I'm sure the referees have been talking to the team, and something happened there with a flag down, maybe some lip or something like that, and the referees just having none of it.
The flag down was a late hit on Gaudreau as he delivered a pass to Matthews in midfield, and now Helton will slow things down. A lot of chirping on the near sideline. Helton to Matthews. Matthews dips his shoulder low, gets inside, bounce shot, score. Matthews gets his 5th on the day. 7:57 left in the third, and it's back to a 1-goal game.
Yeah, really nice job there. Bedford kind of ignoring the noise from the Pinkerton sidelines. Matthew seeing an opening, able to run a long goal line extended, dip that shoulder as we see this replay. Helton over to Matthews, and it's kind of just a slow developing play. Able to turn, keep his stick in his right hand because he got that jump, and easy dunk for Matthews.
11-10, the Astros ahead by 1. They sort through the fouls. It was a push, I believe, behind the play on Gaudreau. The penalty was not on Gaudreau. Gaudreau got pushed as he delivered the pass. The goal is good. Flag gets waved off, and we're even strength at the face-off X. 7:57 in this third quarter. Riccio back against Stingle at the face-off X. Whistle blows. Players come in from the sideline, and your observation about this becoming more even was accurate in the first half, but now Stingle has done a great job here in the second, gaining possession for the Astros. Gormady tries to go high. Recovering nicely, Drew Clark. Trying to keep him below goal line extended. A little help here from the inside as Gaudreau slides. We got a whistle and a crease violation on the Astros. Lawless picks it up for the Bulldogs, runs into 3 defenders, falls down, the ball comes out. Ground ball scooped up nicely by Tyler to Pinardi. Dodge, score. Pinardi has 5 goals now. Puts the Astros back up by 2. 12-10, 7:17 to go in the third.
Yeah, Pinardi, really nice play. Lawless, good intentions, was running through too many people. Pinardi picks it up here and watch. See Frangilio, he just doesn't, Will just, gosh, sorry about that. I'm reacting to the play as a hand. Will had great position, kept his feet where they were. Pinardi usually, I think Will thought he was going to stop and turn. Pinardi, good initiative, was able to run through that and score. Great play individually by Pinkerton.
Riccio wins the draw, tries to push forward, slips as he tries to get the ground ball. Now it's still on the ground. Matthews scoops it out towards midfield. Leo expected to get absolutely blasted. Didn't make an attempt on the ball. Probably a good business decision on his part.
That's right, business decision. Saw big Cam Santos coming his way and decided, nah, I'll let this one bounce.
Yeah, good choice. The Bulldogs earned possession. Inside 7 minutes to go in the third. Bulldogs trail 2, 12-10. Durso up top. Looks to get a pick from Becker. Durso puts his head down. He'll get called for another ward. Not allowed to do that. You can make space for yourself. You can't duck your head. You can't get your chicken wing out there. They call him for the ward.
Yeah, and that was a tough one. I mean, they got the switch, so they're basically playing in basketball terms of pick and roll, and so they're getting the long stick off on a pick. And Durso, a little bit overzealous there. It was probably the right play, but it's not one they needed to give up.
Trying to play a physical game, even on the offensive side, but a bit too physical there as the Astros clear it out. They have space now. Feedback side, can't make the connection, and a late hit will be called on Santos. Shot, score! Backside. Picking corners, Jackson Farrell puts the Astros up 13-10 with a man up coming.
Yeah, and again, a play off of a little bit of chaos like we see in the last couple with Pinkerton being able to come up with that ground ball. We'll see the replay here. Farrell gets knocked down, ball down. Everybody kind of stops, and yeah, Farrell does not, able to drill one high. Huge momentum play for Pinkerton.
I'm not sure if you saw the assist on that play. Do you know who passed it over to Farrell?
I think I think number 17 Farrell was the, I don't know. I think it was number 20. Ryan Hughes was the one who got knocked up there and was a little bit woozy getting up. So I would give it to him just for the fact that he got popped.
And now they're going to call a 3-minute penalty on that high hit. It's going to be locked in on the Bulldogs. Coming to the sideline, Santos. So Santos will pick his 3rd penalty of the game on that high hit. That head-to-head or head kind of hunting is going to be a tough one here for the Bulldogs. It's locked in for 3 minutes. 6:09 to go in this 3rd quarter. The Bulldogs defense going to come in and need to do some work here at the end of this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, this is where you need to get an opportunity. You just need the ball and get it into the really strong midfielders, Bennett Matthews' hands, Brody Helton's hands, and get the ball on this face-off. I think they're going to face it off because they're calling the goal, and get the opportunity to run it out. This is going to be a big hill to climb for Bedford.
So Santos will be in the box. Looks like Ethan Hare was about to go out for the Bulldogs, but now it'll be Noah Lawless as the 4th long stick defender. Riccio will take the face-off, and if there's ever been a really important face-off in Dylan Riccio's career, here is a big one. He will face off against Dylan Stingle, who's been having a spectacular 3rd quarter. It evened out throughout that first half, but early here in the 3rd, Stingle has been winning consistently. And And here we go. Procedure called on Riccio. Stingle will start things off. Bulldogs, again, a man down here. The Astros will have some time to play with this. Here's Michaud. Gormady. Near side. Top left of Ethan Kahn. Now behind for Johnston. Far side for Weaver. And back up top for Farrell. Farrell feeds Gormady, left side. Looks for space with that lefty cannon. Johnston to X. Weaver. Up top, Farrell. Looks inside. Way to get his stick on his hands. And now Gormady. They'll reset. Farrell looks for that right side wing. Now inside. Good check there by Lawless. Puts the ball on the turf. He's got it in his stick. Up to Trevor Abendroff. Trying to scoop that ball up. But too many Astros in the area. And Pinkerton regains possession. Weaver will bring it all the way back behind for Johnston. Under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. A 3-goal lead for Pinkerton, 13-10 in this state championship game from Stello Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire. Farrell up top, surveys, Gormady, left wing, sneak from behind. Johnston, his shot is wide left. Dipped the stick, tried the underhand bouncer, and it was well off the mark. Feed inside, good check there, well done. Getting a stick in and getting it out of the crease man's stick, Frangelo. Farrell, Johnston, sails one wide left. 4:24 to go in the third. About half of the 3-minute penalty that is locked in has been burned off.
Yeah, Bedford doing a nice job here, just packing it in and letting those outside shots come.
Gormady dips the shoulder. Kahn comes up with a save. And now a great check by Frangelo from behind. We're going to get a procedure as this ball stayed in the stick of Johnston. That's playing without a stick, and the Bulldogs get the ball. Good check, good pass, fake there by Gaudreau. He misses the mark, but now Matthews is going to chase down the ground ball all the way in the corner. He's got some space. Will he go or will he try to kill the penalty? He's going to pull it back out. Good choice there by the senior. Bulldogs down by 3, 13-10, under 4 minutes to go, but they still have to burn off almost a minute of penalty. 3 minutes locked in, and now there's a flag down on the Astros, likely a slash. Becker took one a little low, and there's dirty laundry just outside of Owen Perkins' crease on the near side. Matthews will try to kill off the entire penalty, so then they will actually have a man advantage, but no, he tries to feed the crease and misses it. And that would be 5-on-5 instead of a full 1 minute of extra man.
Yeah, and I think given where we are, Bedford had a lot more room there to play with as everybody was spread out. I don't, not necessarily the highest percentage play there, but I don't hate it because they're down by 3. Having a little bit of a momentum build is huge. Again, they are down on the penalty, but this will give an opportunity to, I think, have a little bit of overlap and be man up for a portion of this minute.
Should. I believe it was at 6:09, so that is only 10 seconds now. Releasing the penalty will be Kobe Rubin. And seemingly 3-2-1, and there he is. He's released, and now the Bulldogs go up 6-5. They have the extra man opportunity. Bulldogs work it around. Becker back up top, help near side. Matthews, little toe drag. Can't get space though, nicely defended. Dishes down low, and Durso will have a goal. 13-11. And a huge goal there as Matthews fed Durso to pull it back to within 2.
Yeah, Bennett there actually had that to begin with. If we see the replay, caught it and probably could have gone behind the back or something like that. Here comes the replay. Had it, we just missed it. But here it is, look at Durso asking for it, but still was behind the defender, Sam Leo. Really nice job tiptoeing and getting that ball in the goal. I do think too, Corey, I'm not quite sure, but I see Cam Santos actually without a stick. He might not be participating in the rest of this game.
If he's had 5 minutes of penalties, he will be disqualified, so he might be out. We're at 2:40 to go in the third quarter. The Bulldogs trail 13-11 here in this state championship game to the Pinkerton Astros. Weaver tries to duck in, gets double teamed, the ball comes out. He's in the crease, so the Bulldogs will have the ball. Abendroth will pick it up for the Bulldogs. Passes off, Frangillo. Back to Abendroth, nice catch, running, clearing it out. Looking for his attackman. Gets it into the box and will dish off to Purnell. Just over 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Again, the Bulldogs trail by 2. How about the momentum of killing off a 3-minute non-releasable penalty and scoring a goal on the ensuing extra man opportunity? These Bulldogs, quite a swing for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we talked about, it was a big hill, but they climbed it, and this is critical timeline for them in this game. We see them throw it in, trying to go to that well again, but this is important here because they are within shouting distance of Pinkerton if they get a couple good stops.
Perkins clears it out to Kelly. Midfielder gets it into the offensive end. Minute 34. Gormady through the middle. Can't squeeze it. He's got it behind, finds the open player inside. Kahn makes the save. Taking a shot inside, that was Michaud. Bulldogs clearing the crease now. Durso to help. Back to Durso through the middle. He dodges, gets checked out of his stick. Nice trail check there by the Astros to get the ball on the turf. And now the swing from Matthews. He runs into his long stick, unfortunately. Great stick there. Drew Clark getting his stick in the passing lane. And it's back for Kahn. He clears it up top. Gaudreau. He'll trot over midline. Draws the long stick and falls, we're going to take a timeout. Great call by Coach Gaudreau. He saw Paul Gaudreau getting in trouble there. He preserves the possession, calls timeout with 48 seconds left in the third quarter. They trail by 2, 13-11 to the Astros.
Yeah, again, wise timeout with less than a minute left in the quarter. We talk about over and over again, winning the first 2 minutes and winning the last 2 minutes of a quarter. Hugely important for Bedford to get a quality offensive possession here. Coach Gaudreau allowed them to do that with that timeout.
So let's go back to that penalty. It was a 3-minute penalty locked in. Santos, a hit high. The officials talked it over. I think it was probably the right call. It was unnecessary, high, dangerous. So they called the 3-minute penalty. But that's stacked on top of 2 penalties earlier in the game. You get to that 5-minute mark and you're disqualified. So very good observation, Jay, of recognizing that. Cam Santos disqualified for the rest of this game. 48 seconds left in this third quarter. Again, a game reset. The Pinkerton Astros came out 2 really quick goals within the first minute of play of the third quarter. One by Pinardi, one by Stingle on just a persistent play. Came down, got the shot off of the face-off. It glanced behind, and then nobody picked him up, right? Yeah. First rule of defense, go to the ball. That's the only thing that can score. They traded a couple of goals throughout. Matthews and Purnell popped 2 in. They brought it back to within a 1-goal game. And then Gormady scored for the Astros, followed by a Matthews goal, then Pinardi, then Farrell. It was a 13-10 game, but Durso and Matthews hooked up for a goal on an extra man opportunity, leading to this 2-goal margin for the Astros close to the end of the third quarter. Timeout by Coach Gaudreau, kept possession for the Bulldogs. They're going to try to squeeze one here in the last 48.6 of the third quarter to bring it to within 1.
Yeah, we talk about, you always ask me, pose that question, what do you do? I think here it's gas. You just go gas pedal. Bedford all year has been winning, a little bit of winning and losing, but they've been winning, as they are here in the state championship. They have been winning because they are willing to go after the net, and they are willing to put shots on goal. So I think you go fast here if you see something, to get a little bit of momentum.
Ball is in the stick of Brody Helton. You think he knows where the gas pedal is?
That's all he has.
All gas, no brake. You love to see it. He dishes it off. Here's Matthews. They go backside wing. Durso. Now back up top for Matthews. The Astros look like they might be popping into a zone defense here.
Exactly, a little bit of a wrinkle, and so the chess match comes in. See Bedford holding a little bit, maybe for that last shot.
13 and 10. Matthews, he gets on the gas pedal. He's going to have to go, though. Becker, top left of Perkins. Back to Matthews. Near side. Shot into the defender from Helton. Tough one there. They snuff it out, and that'll end the third quarter. After 3, the Pinkerton Academy Astros ahead by 2, 13-11. What a match we've seen here today.
Yeah, I gotta say, that's advantage Pinkerton as we see the clock really harmlessly clicked down, and Matthews was a good 18 yards away. Never even made it close to the goal. Good on Pinkerton coaching staff, Coach Auger. Auger, excuse me for the pronunciation, it looks like Auger. But good job on him because it was a great play to slow down that Bedford attack.
The Astros snuffed that one out. They hold a 2-goal lead after 3, 12 minutes on the board. It's going to be a barn burner here in the fourth. A couple of quick updates from around New Hampshire lacrosse. The Division II championship was won by Derryfield over Winnicott, 8-7 the final in that one. Also a Division III score to report. Bow lost to Co-Brown. 15-8 was the final there in that Division III final. So congratulations to both Derryfield and Co-Brown for their state championships. We do want to take a minute, as we always do, to say thank you to our underwriters. We at BCTV and WBNH would like to thank them for supporting our live sports coverage. That's Primary Bank, Northeast Delta Dental, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center. Thank you so much for your support throughout the spring, helping us bring live sports to our various communities. 12 minutes back on the board. The teams are breaking their huddles. We'll head to the face-off X. This game is certainly within reach the way we've seen the back and forth affair throughout. What do you expect here in the fourth, Jay?
Yeah, I think there's going to be obviously a lot more of that gas pedal. Some unsung heroes. Both of the goalies have had a really solid day. Really no unexcused errors. You know, you get scored on in this game. That's what happens. But both goalies have played well. I think one of these goalies, I'm going to take an underdog. One of these goalies is going to stand up and make a big save for their team and turn the tide. But it's really about playing that tough team defense. Here we are again, being very repetitive. It's at the face-off X, though, where we will go and where we will start.
Junior goalkeeper Owen Perkins in net for the Astros. And on the other side of things, senior goalie Ethan Kahn for the Bulldogs. Again, having spectacular afternoons here. We are underway, fourth quarter. And a battle at the face-off X that exemplifies what we've seen all day. Coming near side, still on the ground. Long sticks, battling. Stingle picks it up, finds Leo. Leo for the Astros, brings it in, finds Weaver, and that's how we'll start this fourth quarter. The Astros, I can imagine, are going to take a very deliberate and patient approach on this offensive end. One of the best defenses is a patient offense. You cannot score if you don't have the ball, right, Jay?
That's what they say. Own goal.
Yeah, I guess.
World Cup time, there are own goals, but yes, pretty much you can't score.
Team USA got one last night. It was kind of an odd one, as Paraguay had an own goal to start the scoring in that game last night. 1 minute into this fourth quarter. Just one possession here as the Astros, again, will be very patient. Weaver behind. Near side for Pinardi. Pinardi 5 goals and an assist on the game. Top right, it's Tyler Berry. He'll have a go. Defended by Durso. Strong defended, pushed out to that left-hand side, and now alone behind. Weaver has his man hung up. He's going to look for cutters inside. The defender and the goalie should split here. Gormady gets a little open, rings one off the pipe. A scramble in front. Gaudreau, ball still on the turf. Shot here, save, Kahn. Phenomenal play by Ethan Kahn with that scrum out in the middle there. We're going to get an interference here on the Astros as the ball was in the crease. That ended up in the net, but it was an interference on the Astros. Kahn clears it out far side. Here's Durso. Good defensive set there for the Bulldogs, and now they can try to draw within 1. 10 minutes to go in the game. The Astros ahead 13-11.
Yeah, big possession for Bedford. Really set the tone for this fourth quarter. I think they've shown that they have the individual accolades, they have the grit to pull back, but now it's time to go take a championship. They need to start thinking about how do we get a 1-goal lead.
Dax Becker, a little shake and bake from behind, tries to go on Pinardi, but the double comes quickly. Here's Nathan Smith applying the pressure. Purnell behind, Matthews. He's got nobody on him. Fakes, tries to get high, draws a triple team, runs through it, somehow gets it off to Helton. It will trickle towards midfield, but 2 Bulldogs are there, and they will get the ground ball before it's an over and back.
It's not often that Bennett Matthews is wide open alone, which he was there when he got the ball. Nice job by the Astros to converge on him and make it a harmless possession, but that's probably the most wide open he's been since grade school.
They converged quickly, as they should. He draws a lot of attention each and every game. Durso tries the pick and roll with Kobe Rubin, draws the double. Now we'll back it out. Dax Becker, top left of Perkins. Durso. They look a little bored at this point, but they trail by 2 goals. There's going to need to be some urgency, and Rubin finds it. Little stutter step, finds Helton. Helton, bouncer, glances off of a defender, and back behind for yet another defensive chase. Sam Leo earns the ball for the Astros.
Yep, just it's about as close to an unforced error as you can get. You start watching some other games, high level, college, that is always a backup. And not to say these kids aren't trying hard, hustling hard, but that's really a discipline type of thing. And tough turnover. Really, that's what was a turnover for Bedford as Pinkerton goes on the offensive.
Ball behind with Weaver as the Astros have no trouble with the clear. Chased behind by Frangelo. Will Frangelo pushes out at goal line extended. A nice back cut there. It gets tipped. And now in Ethan Kahn's stick. Good defensive possession for the Bulldogs. Quick turnover and a phenomenal catch on the outlet pass. That is athleticism right there. Bennett Matthews all the way out, got his stick on it. And that was a huge play that will likely go unnoticed. Becker takes a step. Little jab step, got some room. The bounce shot scores. And Becker draws it to within 1.
Becker feeling it. That was a 13-yard bouncer. And just the freshman coming through. Bedford had the ball. Bennett Matthews, like you said, after that acrobatic catch, comes down. Pinkerton really not concerned. They've got numbers. Bedford still hasn't gotten their man on it. Number 13, Sam Leo, kind of lets Becker go. Becker, again, feeling himself. Great shot, young buck. Brings it within 1.
Get some, kid. He's got 4 goals and 2 assists. Matthews, with those 5 goals, now has his first assist of the afternoon, and Riccio wins the faceoff, comes down and scores! And we're tied at 13. Riccio pulls it to himself, goes right down the gut, low shot. The bouncer scores low right. And with 7.5 to left, we've decided nothing.
That's right. There's certain times in these games where you can tell momentum is building. Riccio, there was no way he was giving up this ball. Runs through the check. No big deal. Beats the goalie low. Dylan, this is what he's been doing all year. Comes through huge, the junior, for Bedford to tie it up.
7 seconds, and we're tied. And now Stingle wins the faceoff. Back into the offensive area for the Astros. Feeding Gormady, cutting through. No shot off. Now they try to feed the crease. Leo can't squeeze it. Now it's up to Matthews as the ground ball goes in favor of the Bulldogs. Matthews pauses, shoots, scores! And the Bulldogs are up 14-13. How about that?
Yeah, what a play. Bennett Matthews, we saw him actually shove off the defensive midfielders. He wants to be on the field, and that's why. He got on playing defense. Noah Lawless able to get the ball up. Matthews just comes down, grabs 2. And again, Pinkerton thinks they have him stopped, but a quick change of direction, and Matthews has a wide open shot. Fantastic play by the senior, who is willing this team to stay not only in touch, but put someone ahead, up 1.
Pinardi wins the faceoff. Pulls to himself. The Bedford Bulldogs do well to cut off that fast break. Now the Astros will sub through midfield. We're under 7 to go. The Bulldogs with 4 straight, 1 at the end of the third quarter, 3 to start the fourth quarter. They are in the lead, 14-13, here from Stello Stadium, the Division I Boys State Championship game.
Yeah, Bedford kind of all year has had this up and down momentum. Let's see what they can do. It's really hard to claw back, but they have to keep this lead and have a really strong stand because they are at their best when their best players, which are on offense, those midfielders have the ball in their hand.
The Astros, a patient approach to this offensive set, all the way back to the back left for Kahn. Gormity on the left. He drives hard, pulls it down. Now he's dishes back behind for Johnston.
And again, we see Pinkerton happy to be behind the goal and play and initiate the offense. So different from the way Bedford has been playing.
All the way up top, Michaud. Now Barry. Here's Jackson Farrell, top right of Kahn. He draws Durso as the defender, the short stick. He'll go for a righty sweep and dish. Barry, low shot, hits a defender in the front. It bounces to the far sideline. The Astros are there to back it up. They'll keep possession down here to our left. 5.5 to go in this state championship game. The Astros trail by 1, 14-13 to the Bedford Bulldogs. Gormity plays a little pick and roll, gets high side, lefty shot, score! Just too fast, great placement. The bouncer comes up to hip level, and Kahn can't catch up to it. 14-14.
Yeah, nice job by Gormity. There was a little bit of a screen there. The Bedford player didn't necessarily give Drew Clark, and Bryce Durso could have stopped back. Clark kind of bumped into him. I guess let me take that back. He did move, but there was no hedge. Someone like Gormity, when he has the ball in his stick, you have to stop him because he is electric. And here he is pulling Pinkerton back to even with an outside shot.
The sun setting over the trees on the far side are killing us here in the box. Tough to see, but we see enough. Pinardi wins the faceoff. Harassed by Riccio. Ball comes out of his stick near sideline. They pick it up, and we're going to get a timeout. Coach Ozier will take a timeout as Stingo picks it up on the near sideline. They get possession. 5:14 to go in this game. We are tied at 14. Jay, we've been treated to a phenomenal game this afternoon.
This is how it should be, high-level lacrosse, to the best in New Hampshire. And again, I think this is where you got to shake off the tired, you got to shake off the little bit down. This is where the seniors come through. This is where the energy play. Someone making that diving check or digging in for that ground ball. This is where champions are made, and this is exciting lacrosse.
Exciting for sure. 3 goals within a matter of 30 seconds. 7:37, Becker scores, assisted by Matthews. 7:30, just 7 seconds later, Riccio comes down on the faceoff, buries to tie it. And then Bennett Matthews, just 23 seconds later, puts the Bulldogs ahead 14-13. Matched again by Gormity down this end. The lefty drive, gets the sweep high side, and buries. We're tied at 14. My goodness.
Yeah, my old alma mater was born into us. We used to say head, heart, hustle, and that was always, every practice, every breaking of a huddle, this is when you need your head, your heart, and your hustle to come through. This is what makes champions.
And we're seeing it here. This is just outstanding play. It's been phenomenal to watch all game. Just entertaining, and this is what, like you said, this is what high-level Division I lacrosse should look like. The ball is not, chirping around on the ground the entire time. We're not playing field hockey out here. Stick skills are outstanding. Lefts and rights, great defense, early slides, recoveries on the backside. Goaltending, as you mentioned, just a phenomenal game. As we're approaching 5 minutes to go in this game, tie ball game, the Astros get things started. Here's Tyler Pinardi, the sophomore. 5 goals and an assist for Pinardi on the day. They come near side. Ford tries to get some commotion, but he'll feed it behind. Weaver They get on his hands. He drives, goal line extended to the right of Kahn. Now it's Pinardi, top right. Durso defending there. Righty sweep, Durso lays some body. Johnston now here for Farrell. Patient approach for the Astros in this important offensive possession. They find one inside and Kahn comes up with a save. He stones Gormady on the doorstep. Now he gets some pressure. He goes out and then back in. Weaver just hung back there very patiently, very quietly. As soon as Kahn stepped out, he attacked. Kahn stepped back in, and that's a violation.
Yeah, what a heady play. Kahn was not accounting for Weaver behind him, and Weaver jumped him, made Kahn make that mistake. But I will say, what a fantastic save by Kahn just to get that opportunity.
Loose ball right at midfield. Durso chased from behind. The Astros will get pushed, so they'll get the ball. Durso, free hand, will get called. Frangelo with a great trail check, though, on that defensive play. Weaver had rounded the corner, and Frangelo, nice little wrap on the backside, got the ball on the turf. The Astros pick up the push, and with just under 4 to go, they're still in the offensive end.
Yeah, and this is where we see, again, the two styles. The Astros really looking for a bunch of passes strung together and trying to get Bedford a little bit slow to slide. We see a lot of clock ticking away here, and I think Pinkerton continues to be okay with that clock going away, because I think they're confident with enough passes they're going to get a good look.
Here's Farrell. Quick pass to Pinardi. He looks for room. Defended nicely, ball on the turf. Harassing him, Lawless will pick up a push from behind. And it gets back into Pinardi's stick, top right of Kahn.
Lawless did everything right there except that last push. Let's see if he can do it again, but big possession lost by Bedford. See Lawless on the ball here. I think he's confident, though, against Pinardi that he can at least dislodge the ball and make him think twice.
Lawless, the freshman, nice little trail check, gets the ball on the turf. Phenomenal play by the freshman defender. Kahn gets it quickly to Matthews. The one-man clear will take on the entire Astros ride. Gets it over to Durso.
His buddy, his partner in crime, able to be open, and we see Durso again.
Durso to Helton. Helton shoots and scores! The Bulldogs back on top. Durso to Helton with 2:38 to go. And the Bulldogs up 15-14.
Yeah, I love it. Just the seniors coming through, the primetime players. We talked about it before. It was a little delay, but Kahn standing tall with that save. The defense over and over holding serve. See Durso here with the clear. Should Brody Helton pull it back? Heck no. Brody Helton is shooting that because he deserves to shoot it. He's a senior who's done a lot for this team, and they're going to ride his back when he's shooting like that. Fantastic play. And again, two different styles, but for Bedford, this is what's working.
Helton, all gas, no break. And now the Astros shoot and score, and they tie it back up. Gormady gets his hands free, and it's back to a tie ball game. My gosh.
Just as we talked about Gormady, Pinkerton knows who their stars are as well. Gormady gets the ball, and we've seen that play over and over. Just a catch on the left-hand side, just wills his way to his left hand, doesn't give it up. We'll see quick face-off here. Stengel gets it. Gormady, this is a play that this should not be harmful to Bedford, but Drew Clark just a step too far, and Gormady, took advantage.
3-3 for Gormady on the day. They score just 8 seconds after the Bulldogs go ahead by 1. We are tied at 15 with 2 minutes to go in this game. The Bulldogs win the face-off. They're back in the offensive end. Here's Help. He gives it to Matthews. Your stars, you need them to shine at the right time. This is the time to shine. 2 minutes to go in the game. State championship, tied at 15. Here's Matthews. He goes against Smith. Gets around, gets some space. Feeds inside, Purnell, he scores! Matthews to Purnell. Purnell on the back cut. He did that a lot in the semifinals, and he does it again here for his first goal of this championship game. The Bulldogs back ahead by 1.
We're going to see this replay, just an easy play. I want you to watch number 15, Dax Becker. He actually clears out the defender in the middle. Watch, okay, here we come. Matthews, lefty, comes back right. Dax Becker in the middle, running away. Purnell wide open. The crease help vacated, just left. And John Purnell, as he's done, has been out most of this year, but comes back. 5 goals, I think it was, last game. Another huge night. It's catch and release for Purnell.
And now Stingle wins it again. Gormady. And they settle. 1:40 to go in the game. The Astros trail by 1. Gormady tries to get high to his left. Loses his footing, falls down. Now he dishes behind. Weaver. Weaver brings it lefty. He shoots, save Kahn. They chase it back left. Frangelo will pick up the ground ball. He'll throw it across the field, off the stick of Gaudreau. They turn it over and the Astros still have life. 1:18 to go in the game. They trail by 1. 16-15, the Bulldogs ahead. Farrell, far side, Johnston. They feed behind. Here's Weaver. He has his defender hung, but now he comes wide side. Here's Michaud, drives righty, Lawless in defense. The ball comes out of his stick oddly, and we're under a minute.
Phantom check there by Lawless, ball popped out.
He picked it back up, and now he's gonna go far side, feeds up top. Farrell, shot, scores! The bouncer squeaks by Kahn, and we're tied. 16-16 with 46 to go.
Wow, what a huge play by Pinkerton. That was just a prayer. And unfortunately, Kahn, I don't know if it came up on top of him, had some spin or what. We see Noah Lawless is there. Ball, Durso on the touch. Oh, just a tough play. I think that one just got on top of Kahn. Wasn't able to get the chest protector down in time, and huge play by Pinkerton. Here we are back at the face-off X with 46 seconds left, tie game.
Boudreaux with the assist, Farrell with the goal, and now the Astros win the face. Pinardi, we're down inside 40. Matthews trying to dislodge it. Pinardi will take it behind. Pinardi pushed out. Now he's goal line extended to the right side. Farrell up top right. Defended by Durso. He'll go for a run on the right side. Farrell pulls the trigger and scores! Farrell, 2 goals in a row. He has the Astros up by 1.
Yeah, Farrell going back to the well. Again, it's a simple sweep to the right. Durso with good defense. Farrell got his hands free, and unfortunately for Kahn, again, look, we see Farrell just sweeping right. Teddy Montagno's there, plenty of people there to stop the ball, but Farrell depositing it in the bottom left corner. Look at this game, back and forth.
Late to go, and Farrell takes advantage. We're gonna get a timeout. Pinkerton takes the timeout. 20.5 seconds to go in this game. 2 straight goals by Jackson Farrell have the Pinkerton Astros up by 1, 17-16. My gosh, I'll steal one from Jack Edwards at this point in time. How's your entertainment factor, Jay?
That's right, are you not entertained? What
my goodness.
Back and forth game. And Kahn has stood so tall so many times. 2 he absolutely would like to have back, but this is a team game, this is an individual. That defense of Bedford has to crash the ball. Time and time again, they have let shooters take steps and shoot free, and Pinkerton continues to cash it in.
My goodness, what a fourth quarter. It was a 2-goal lead for the Astros after 3, 13-11. Somewhat slow in the first part of this fourth quarter. No goals scored until 7:37 left in the game. A 3-goal run by the Bulldogs put them up 14-13, and then it's just been back and forth since then. Ties, lead changes, I mean, chills down your spine, Jay. This is a phenomenal lacrosse game.
Yeah, absolutely, as it should be. Culminating, what a fantastic season for both teams and across the league, but we still have some lacrosse to play, and if there is an understatement to be made, it's that this is an important face-off.
You think? Riccio will face off Stingle for the Astros, Riccio for the Bulldogs. Stingle clamps, pulls it to himself. Ball still on the turf. Riccio picks it up. They called a timeout near sides. Riccio had it in his stick long enough. Coach Gaudreau gets the call as quickly as possible. 7 seconds ticked off, so we have 13.7 left.
Absolutely had to have it. Bryson Durso was the one who stopped Stengel, who won that clean, but drew it a little bit too far away down the line. Durso able to disrupt and allow Riccio to get back to the ball, digging for that ground ball. Huge. So we see Bedford with 13.7. If you got to play in the bag, now's the time to use it.
Now is the time. We talked about some motion, offside, getting the defense going one way, getting the shooter popping off backside. Are you thinking Matthews takes the ball, drives through a double, finds Helton backside, and he cashes, and we go to overtime?
Yep. This, in my opinion, this possession goes through Bennett Matthews. It's almost like an option. We'll talk football. He'll have the ball. It's either drive and shoot, or when you see someone open on the doorstep because everybody's collapsing on you, make that pass and let one of your teammates get the glory. But I think I put the ball into Bennett Matthews' hands right now.
Bennett Matthews would love that analogy, the state championship quarterback for the Bulldogs from the fall. He's familiar with those run-pass options. I'm guessing he'll have the same here. 13.7 seconds to go. The ball is out near midfield. Matthews will trot out to get it. Wow. Is your heart racing like mine, Jay?
It's good.
We're underway.
This is
Matthews.
fun.
Here it goes. Feeds backside. Helton. Shot. Misses the cage. Backed up behind. They got a quick one. The clock ran a couple extra seconds. They might put a couple back on. And they will. They'll pop it back up. It's down on the field. It ran at least an extra 2 seconds. And now it's behind. They put it to 7.3. I'm not sure that was enough, but Matthews has it behind. It's go time, and he starts. He looks, dodges, he gets checked at the goal line. Durso gets the rebound and stopped! Wow, what a save! Amazing save. Owen Perkins, one-on-one, 2 yards away, and that's a state championship save right there. Wow!
Whoa, we talked about it. Goalie standing tall. That is a fairy tale save for, oh my Lord, Pinkerton just winning the championship. Durso had everything there. Look, the kid has fought hard all day long. He was one of the absolute stars. But the goalie for Pinkerton just coming up strong.
What a game we witnessed here this afternoon. Back and forth game. We see helmets, sticks, gloves littered around the field. The Astros exuberant after taking home an amazing game. 17-16 your final score here this afternoon. Both teams fought amazingly hard. Wow, what a game. Wow, what a game.
Owen Perkins is, get that guy a Gatorade. Everybody's got Gatorades for him. Just what a fantastic save in the heat of the moment. That was pure lacrosse. Again, Durso stumbling a little bit, decides to go low, and Perkins was right there. I think he went off a knee or a shin or something. And this is a game of inches. But again, this is how it should be. High-level lacrosse, decide in the end. Bedford, what a fantastic year. Don't deserve to have it end like this. They didn't lose. They just ran out of time.
They sure did. Matthews had scooped it up on the end line, drove hard, drew the double. The ball popped out of his stick right into Durso's. Durso, right place, right time. Couldn't cash, but that's not on Durso. That's a phenomenal save by Owen Perkins. The junior goalie coming up with a championship level save. Again, final score 17-16. The Pinkerton Academy Astros win the championship of the Division I Boys State Tournament here in 2026. Some scoring here this afternoon. Tyler Pinardi, 5 goals for the Astros to go with 1 assist. Jackson Farrell, 4 goals, including the last 2 for the Astros as well. 3 and 3 for Matt Gormady, others chipping in as well. On the Bulldogs side, of course, led by Bennett Matthews. 6 goals, 2 assists. You cannot fault him. He tried to do everything, almost did everything for the Bulldogs this afternoon. Dax Becker, the freshman, 4 goals and 2 assists. Bryson Durso, 2 and 3 on the evening. Just not enough. What an outstanding game. That'll end it. That'll end the season. Congratulations to the Astros and their graduating class. Good luck in their pursuing years. Wow, what a game, Jay.
Yeah, absolutely. Hard-fought one. really, if you look back at the scoring sheet, Pinkerton had the edge all game. Bedford continuing to climb back, just couldn't overcome those early deficits and the one-on-one heroics by the likes of Gormandy and Farrell. But what a fantastic game. Bedford should hold their heads high. This is one we'll be talking about for a while.
We sure will, but we won't be talking for a while this afternoon. We're going to wrap it up here. We really appreciate Eric Chellis on camera this afternoon. Andrew Fenn back in the studio running replays, directing traffic. For Jay Abendroth, my name is Corey Munster-Tiger. We're signing off. What an exciting afternoon. The Astros win. Final score here from Stello Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire, 17-16. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.